Hey everyone, how are we doing? Going live on YouTube. I don't think I've ever gone live on YouTube. Or have I? Maybe I have, but it's been a while. I just wanted to jump on real quick because in the past couple of months, I've actually had discussions regarding different business ideas and business ventures. And what I've noticed a lot of people have in common is that they tend to gear towards and lean towards copying what they've already seen other people do. And sometimes it's just an assumption that it must work, so I should do it that way too. Or they think it's done a certain way because that's what they see on the outside, but they really have no idea of what's going on behind the scenes. So should you be a copycat when it comes to business? Do you actually think, and you can comment, whether live or the replay, do you actually think that if you see the majority doing it a certain way, that it's because it's working? Or do you think they're all doing it a certain way because naturally that's the way we feel it should work? Do you think the majority of them are actually not seeing positive results in that way? I do know one thing from my business experience is that when people tend to start up a new business, whether they've come up with a product or a service or whatnot, and they start copying what they see online, it's usually where they talk about their big plans and what they plan to do with their business. I'm usually the one that's popping the bubble for them, and I don't mean to do that to be negative or discouraging, but I want them to understand really how business works. So I'm going to answer the question for you. Just because you see the mass majority doing it a certain way doesn't mean that that's the right way to do it, doesn't mean that that's the best way to do it, and doesn't mean they're necessarily getting the greatest results. Typically, they're forgetting about what's really important when it comes to business, and that always is going to come back to proper marketing and what it is that their message is and who it is that they're talking to, and are they getting in front of those right eyes. All of those basic marketing, I don't want to say tactics, all those basic marketing musts that you have to do in order for you to see success. And the majority doesn't know them. The majority doesn't understand how to go about putting them in place. And that should make sense to you, because people will actually go and get a degree in marketing, in advertising. So if everybody just happened to know the right way to get it done, this must work. I should make like 10 million flyers and put them on cars in a mall parking lot. Because you heard other people do that, doesn't mean that it works. In fact, I can tell you right now, it doesn't. You can go ahead and pass out 10,000. You might get one person, 10,000 people, one person. Not worth your time at all. And that's what I find a lot of new people in business will do, is they're looking at it in a very small way. They're not considering the time it takes to put those flyers out there for the result they're getting. It's really not worth their time at all. So should you be a copycat in business? No. Because I don't need to tell you that on social media or out and about in public or wherever it is that you are, there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise, and it's easy to get distracted. There's a lot of people selling the same kind of stuff and the same kind of services. You need to catch their attention by standing out. So whenever possible, and whenever putting your marketing plan in place and your message and your brand and everything, you want to think about what's going to help your business, your name, your everything, your service, your product, your solution to people's problem stand out. You're not trying to blend in. And that is in everything, right? If you are playing on a football team and you realize, wow, I got a probably more talent than the rest of the guys on the team or girls on the team, right? Are you going to just try to blend in with all the other players, maybe not run as fast, maybe not catch the ball as many times, not go in for the touchdown as often? No. Why would you try to blend in? You're trying to make moves. You're trying to showcase your abilities. You're trying to help your team win. If that means you going the extra mile or having that talent that helps take you there to score the touchdowns or whatever the case may be. So in everything, when you're at your job, are you trying to blend in and just kind of look like the rest of the employees? Or are you trying to show upper management your leadership abilities and your abilities to make decisions and be responsible and show up on time and stay later if you have to and all that stuff? Think about that. So you don't want to be a copycat in business. If you have more questions on this or you need help, always go to nicegirlsfinishlastinc.com. Let's set up a free consultation call and discuss your business, see what you've been doing already. I'd love to help you, but just keep that in mind. It seems like common sense, but we all know common sense isn't always so common.